This week we have come to one of the UK sporting capitals where our budding Olympic athletes are sent to train and where a lot of the centres for excellence are housed. We've come to Dishley in Loughborough. Dishley Parkrun is in Loughborough, and this is their 176th event and my personal 133rd and my first here in Dishley. It was established in July 2018 and averages about 250 runners each week. The average finish time here is 30 minutes and 21 seconds, which is 1 minute and 14 seconds slower than the average across all UK parkrun finish times. The male record here is 15 minutes and 18 seconds that was set in April 2022, and the female record here is 17 minutes and 26 seconds that was set in May 2022. This parkrun is ranked 527th out of 760 parkruns in the UK for how fast the course is, and it has a standard scratch score of 2.9, making it one of the more challenging parkruns in the UK. Onto the course. The course starts with a lap of the playing fields, and then you go anti-clockwise around Dishley Pool until you hit the northwest corner, up Black Brook until you meet the River Soar, turning right and along the river for about 600 metres until you turn around, and back along the river for about 800 metres until you return to Black Brook. Then back along the opposite side of Dishley Pool and back into the playing fields, finishing just by the driving range. The course is a mix of grass and trail. Trail shoes are recommended when the conditions aren't so great, but given the weather we've been having recently, I've put my normal running trainers on today to give that a go. So let's see how it goes. I'm intrigued as to why this has such a high scratch score, because I looked at the course profile, the elevation isn't too high. It will be interesting to see, which I will tell you when we wrap up at the end.
Good morning everybody and welcome to Dishley Loughborough Parkrun. A massive thank you to all of our volunteers. Give them a big round of applause. If you want to join us for a week, then come and give one of us a shout.
A very quick 3, 2, 1 go after the briefing, catching a few runners off guard. The first kilometre was run almost exclusively on soft, recently mowed grass around the sports pitches, and at this stage I was maintaining a decent pace. Into kilometre 2 and onto the firmer paths alongside Dishley Pool and through Black Brook Woods. Very flat here, pace had dropped slightly but still progressing well through the run. The weather this morning was good for running. Temperatures are in the mid-teens and it was overcast, so not as draining as it has been in the past couple of weeks, where the direct sun and heat had made maintaining a good pace throughout the 5k a lot more challenging. It is worth noting that Dishley Parkrun is a dog-free parkrun. No dogs allowed, not even on short leashes, presumably due to some of the narrow elements of the course and not wanting to be a hazard to other parkrunners and park users. And after some really nice scenery running along the banks of the River Soar, we come into the final kilometre and we pass the other side of Dishley Pool before returning to do another and final lap of the sports pitches before a final 400 metre straight dash where we tried to pick up some valuable seconds before reaching the finish. Thank you very much. Cheers. And we are done in 22 minutes and 43 seconds. I'm pretty happy with that today. If the standard scratch score of this course is 2.9, then that's a good time. I'm still feeling like I'm not at my optimal condition, still struggling a little bit with my right leg in a few places, but yeah, better time than last week, so that's an improvement. Had a rather restful week. I would say this course surpassed my expectations. Originally, I thought it might just be running around sports pitches, and there is a bit of that, but as you can see from the time lapse of the course, there's some really nice woodland that you run through. You run along the River Soar, so it's a really nice mix of scenery and conditions underfoot. I still can't quite work out the standard scratch score being so high. It's a really flat course. Maybe it's just the softness of the ground that stops it being really fast, but I think in an optimal condition I could pull a pretty good time here. It's worth saying that the facilities here are good. There is free parking about 100-150 metres away from the rugby clubhouse, and there are toilets in the rugby clubhouse that were open when we arrived. The briefings were really good, the volunteering was great, so thank you to all the volunteers. If you want to see some interesting stuff over the next couple of weeks, get subscribed, because I am off to Glastonbury next week, where there is an actual organised running around Glastonbury on Thursday, organised by Ravers to Runners. So we have signed up for that, so we will, if we are allowed to have our camera, we will be recording a video like this, hopefully, of that, and depending on my condition, I'm hoping to make it to Shepton Mallet Parkrun next Saturday. These are all very optimistic goals, so if you want to see how those goals turn out, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, maybe watch one of these 2 other videos, and we will see you next time. See ya.